for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM here in Accra and hits 103.5 FM on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and streaming worldwide at myjoyonline.com, X Spaces and YouTube. We're also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via partner stations including Radio Max in Takoradi, ATL FM in Cape Coast, Volta Premier 98.1 in Ho, Radio Justice Tamale, Jakpa FM Bupe, KTU Radio Koforidia, Sky in Sunyan, Dreams FM Bolgatanga and Radio Max Takrady. Coming up, flood victims appeal for food, water and shelter 2 days after the disaster as authorities race to prevent a public health crisis. We have details as displaced families remain stranded in schools and churches while health officials warn of disease outbreaks in flood-hit communities. We hear from NADMO, which is seeking urgent support to bring relief to the victims. Meanwhile, residents of Oloboshi near Achimota, which was heavily hit by the flooding, say they've seen the body of one person they believe drowned during Monday's floods. We'll bring you an update on that. In the Western North region, the Environmental Protection Agency is calling for urgent intervention to prevent another devastating floods in Summerboy. We find out why. Also, inflation rises from 3.7 to 5.3% in June, the sharpest increase since March 2024, driven largely by higher food prices and transport fares. And later in sports, Ghanaians fans are hoping for ticket support for the Black Stars round of 32 clash against Colombia will have to make their own arrangements. We'll tell you why. Also this afternoon, Agenda 111 hospital project at Adansia Sokwa under siege as illegal miners excavate large tracts of land behind the abandoned health facility in search for gold.
Yawa Adansia Sokwa ni hospital kesiye biya. Yankwadan shalia. Say Agenda 111 maso the other galam say
amanofo fa mantem ha se de omo pe no omo ye galam say twa ye ho asia yensu ya da ha nyina asai.
We have details as the residents fear an immediate intervention to halt the illegal operation could adversely impact healthcare access in the area. And later, as we mark both Republic Day and International Reggae Day, we hear from the man Stoneboy on the suffering of the masses as floods devastates the capital. These and more with me, Gemma Apia. This is Joy News, independent, fearless and credible journalism. Days after torrential rains triggered one of Accra's deadliest floods in recent years, hundreds of displaced residents are still struggling to access food, clean drinking water and temporary shelter. While emergency response teams continue to assess the scale of destruction, growing concerns are shifting from rescue efforts to the risk of disease outbreaks as stagnant water, refuse and damaged sanitation facilities threaten public health across several affected communities. My colleague Collins from Pong has been speaking to some victims and has filed this report.
For many residents of Alajo and other flood-hit communities in Accra, the nightmare did not end when the floodwaters began to recede. 2 days after torrential rains unleashed one of the capital's devastating floods in recent times, thousands of families are forced to pass the night without proper shelter.
Yesterday, we were supported by some neighbors whose building have not been collapsed. So they helped us to reach, we were in numbers, so we divided ourselves. So we slept with them yesterday.
Aside from the adults that you are seeing in your footage, we also can see young children who are even less than the age of 10, some are also less than the age of 5. And we've seen people, you can see the sofas already outside that got flooded yesterday, and they've all been moved outside. And as I said earlier, I have seen vehicles in this particular house that were loaded with mattresses and other items.
Obi Crampona, Basilba, when you could winning in a obedient Esra, and I'm a young one who can cram and collar. One wanted away. Obi Crampona, the Brahmins, Nameshe. The Alana Crampoya, CMP and CO, young woman Salachino. The Ameshe Crampoya, Tadia, Papa Bia. Well, me and Fa Pim, MP, as I say, a damning in our Ada Yamanoso, or Munimuquano, Mafaswa in Yamano. Ntimo pesa sia medemu ba kwa na mo kwahwe
yanko na ekochre but
anyanzi alo masalachi na yani nyina ada alo masalachi na yada anyanzi demni
nti ainfa na na obeda
ane masalachi na yabasanda masalachi we alo yani nyina yeso BMP masalachi na ya ure.
For children barely 3 years old, the aftermath of the floods has become a fight for comfort and safety. With homes destroyed and families displaced, some young children are now forced to spend cold nights in open spaces, exposed to harsh weather conditions as their parents search for shelter.
We school no school.
Ache.
Na no school.
Ache.
Aden.
Ache me school uniform nyafo.
School uniform nyafo.
I am a student, but I didn't go to school. I have lost all my clothes, including my uniforms, to the flood. For yesterday, I slept at my auntie's place, and I intend to sleep there today as well.
Yeah, me nyama never inside until nyama nti me nyendra.
Nti enfa na odai.
Me koda me auntie ho.
Awo enfa.
Awo chira.
Nti wana okwakoda ne. All right. Sorry. So this is one of the children that has also been affected. There are equally young ones, year old, 2 years, 5 years here, that all have been affected, that they are calling for government support.
Reporting for Joy News, Collins Frimpong, Alajo.
Joy News correspondents across the country have been reporting on the grim situation in flood-affected communities. Seven Mensa reports that in Alajo, residents are being forced to fetch water from a broken pipe after the area's regular water supply was cut off. Meanwhile, at Aloboshi, Fatal Bayaga reports that another body has been recovered. Listen to their interactions with the residents.
Monday early morning, 6 o'clock, that was when the water ended, and there was nothing to take. All our machines, everything that our food, the food I prepared on Sunday evening, destroyed by the flood. My rice, everything. As you can see, all our wardrobes, our beds, everything.
So it's been like 2 days now. How do you get food to eat every day?
Okay, so you say this rice vendor who comes early in the morning, then we buy some from her. Then all of us will put our hands inside, or we send someone to the market to go and buy food. Then we all cook some and eat.
But at the moment, it's been really difficult. You know, the little we have on our momos, I think we have exhausted that option. So very soon we will have to start calling on people for help, because buying food is not sustainable at the moment. Because we've been buying since Monday. Most of those things are wet. So I think blankets, if somebody can help us with blankets, at least for the moment. So you need blankets at the moment? Yes, probably maybe students' mattress, a few of them, and a blanket. If you want to on your fans and all those things, the sockets are burning. Even this morning, we nearly recorded some fire here.
My drugs, much of them are spoiled. Everything. The only thing I'm left with, the only 3 shelves there. That's all.
Still in Mensa and Fatal Bayaga join us live with more. Let me start with Fatal. You reported that another body has been recovered at Aloboshi. What's the situation in the area now?
Is literally lingering across the community as the residents recount this particular development. In fact, this is the latest dead body that the residents have retrieved from the floodwaters, and they describe this particular situation as deeply concerning. In fact, this particular person that was retrieved from the floodwaters is, according to them, it should be between 10 to 15 years. A small girl who lost her life in the floodwaters. Yesterday, they said they retrieved a woman and her child who was maybe just a month old and all of that. So, in fact, almost every day they say they see dead bodies, and that is a very serious concern for them. They want the authorities to take steps in order to avert future floods within that particular area.
Is the body there as we speak?
In fact, just when they found the body, they called the police, and they immediately moved to the scene. And as I speak with you, they've been able to convey the body from the scene, and they do not know this person. So the police would have to, maybe get people to come and identify this and probably take care and go and bury.
Which other areas have you visited, and what else can you report?
Jenna, earlier I was at Car Price, and the devastation was clear as the people there, continue to recount their losses. Some of them said they struggle to feed at the moment because their food items were swept away by the floodwaters. School children, they cannot go to school because their uniforms, books, all of them were, submerged in floodwaters. I spoke with a young nurse who told me that her laptop, her phones were all swept away. She doesn't really know what to do at this point. It is only the government that they are hoping that would come in to support them in these trying times.
Thank you very much, Fatal Bayaga. Stephen, you're also on the line to us. You say in Alaju the residents have been forced to fetch water from a broken pipe. What more can you report on that?
Well, Jenna, here at Alaju, many of these residents and affected persons are concerned that there may be a disease outbreak, given the nature of the circumstance with which they are living with. We say they've been able to take some of the items which have been affected by the floodwaters, and you notice when you get here that
you have been visiting other flood-affected communities. What did you find?
Well, if you could hear, I'm saying.
Hello, Stephen. Can you hear me? Unfortunately, we've lost Stephen there, but my colleague Miraculous Moko visited Adabraka and spoke with some residents on that situation. Let's listen to him.
Oh, I've lost so many things, like my mattress, my suitcase, my bags, all my electric appliances, my food, like everything. Now it's left with only my school bag, my laptop, my phone. Yeah, just that.
Where
and
were you
the clothes.
at the time it was raining?
We were here. We packed all the things top bar. We didn't know the level would reach that high. Yeah, so before the rain was drained, all our things are gone. Yeah.
Are you a student or a worker?
I'm a student.
So, have you been able to return to school or something?
Nah, because all my things are gone. And besides, today I have class, but you see, I don't have anything to wear, so yeah.
Did you get somewhere to sleep yesterday? Were you able to
Yeah,
sleep inside?
yeah, we managed to sleep there.
Somewhere
Yeah.
since Monday.
Yeah.
Have you had something to eat since you said you lost your food as well?
Oh, see, our parents are sending us something. Yeah.
Did your money get where go away? Something
Some.
like that? Some of them. You've lost money
Yeah.
as well. So right now, what are you appealing to government to do for you?
Just to, not necessarily much, but just to apply some social amenities so we can cope.
Right now we are standing here there. Everything has been scattered. We are not having anything. Just only my items were in that stand that I have. Oh no, please. Oh yeah, we just managed to survive. It's very difficult because we are just pleading that the government can also come and help us in such things, because right now we have lost all our electrical gadgets, my laptop, my rice cookers, my foodstuffs, everything, my shoes. You can just see all my shoes and my suitcase have been sinking to the water. Right now I'm not having anything, so we are just pleading that the government can also come in and come and support us in such situations. Maybe foodstuffs, or maybe as we are students, we deal with electrical items, so you can also support us with electrical items and foodstuffs. That one will be okay. With shelters there, I think our parents can also support us with that ones.
So you heard my colleague Miraculous Namoko in her interaction with some residents of Adabraka. The flood is not only limited to the Greater Accra region. Areas like Keta and Loga and South Tong districts have been flooded, all in the Volta region. The Ghana Navy has been conducting some rescue missions in some of the affected areas. Maxwell Agbagba joins me in studio with the statement issued by the Ghana Navy. Maxwell, give us details.
Yes, Jama. It says in collaboration with other security agencies, the Ghana Navy conducted rescue and relief operations in flood-affected communities within the Sugakope and Dabala general areas following severe flooding that inundated several communities on Monday. Now, the Ghana Navy Special Boat Squadron played a critical role in the operation by deploying highly trained personnel and specialized rescue equipment in support of the Naval Training Command. Now, we're told that although personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service were deployed to support the emergency response, the prevailing flood conditions limited the ability to access many of the affected locations. Consequently, the specialized capabilities of the Ghana Navy's Special Boat Squadron, particularly the CRRC, proved indispensable in conducting the rescue operations and ensuring the safe evacuation of flood victims.
Meanwhile, the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana is urging the public to take precautionary health measures following the recent floods that has affected parts of the Greater Accra, the Central region and the Volta region. Maxwell, what is the group saying?
In a statement, the society warned that flood waters significantly increase the risk of disease outbreak, including cholera, typhoid fever, diarrheal diseases, hepatitis A, malaria and skin infections. It has therefore called on pharmacists, particularly those in affected communities, to continue providing first aid, health education and access to essential medicines and other healthcare products. Now, the society is also advising the public to drink only safe or treated water, maintain proper hand hygiene, avoid consuming food contaminated by flood water, discard medicines that have been submerged in flood water, and seek immediate medical attention if they experience symptoms such as severe diarrhea, vomiting, fever, skin infections or dehydration. Gemma.
Thank you very much, Maxwell Agbagba. Now, large volumes of plastic bottles, sachet water wrappers, food containers and other debris have been washed into the sea at Laboma Beach following Monday's floods, leaving the shoreline heavily polluted. The situation has renewed concerns about poor waste management and its impact on the environment. My colleague Ramat Bashiri joins me in studio with more. Ramat, you've seen the current state of Laboma Beach. Describe what we're seeing in the video.
What we are seeing in the video says that it shows that the sea is overwhelmed with waste materials. The beach is covered with heaps of plastic bottles, sachet water wrappers, food containers, discarded footwear, wood and other debris washed by Monday's flood waters. The seawater itself is littered with plastic bottles and other debris instead of the usual ocean beachfronts that we see. Almost every stretch of the sand is filled with waste, highlighting the scale of pollution and also raising some safety and health concerns there, Gemma.
Still on the floods, President John Mahama, in his address at the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving, said that despite the devastating floods, Ghanaians must continue to give thanks in all circumstances.
Today, therefore, we gather not as members of different political parties, of ethnic groups or religions, but as one people under God. We come with grateful hearts, acknowledging that every blessing we enjoy ultimately comes from Him. Even as we mourn the lives lost and the property destroyed in the recent devastating floods, God exhorts us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, and that in all things give thanks to God. The psalmist also reminds us in Psalm 100, verse 4, it says, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. And that is why we are here today. The theme for this year's observance, Resetting Our Values to Build the Ghana We Want, speaks directly to our national moment.
You had President John Mahama there. Let's take you now to the Western region. With the peak of the rainy season approaching, the Environmental Protection Authority says urgent intervention is needed to prevent another devastating flood in Samaboy in the Amenfi West municipality. Following an assessment of the flood-hit community, the authority has announced plans to dredge the Tano River and reinforce weakened sections of its banks as hundreds of displaced residents fear another downpour could trigger fresh destruction in Natalia Kwanzaa has more.
Life is slowly returning to Samaboy, but the scars of the recent floods remains impossible to ignore. Weeks after the Samre and Tano rivers burst its banks following the torrential rains, many residents are still displaced, with churches and classrooms serving as temporary shelters. As families struggle to recover from the disaster, attention is now shifting from emergency relief to preventing another flood. The Environmental Protection Authority has been in the community assessing the extent of damage and identifying long-term solutions.
Assessing the community, we have seen the cause of the flood in the community is largely because the Tano River, which is right by the community, had overflowed its bank and then has been in the community. So EPA did assessment through the community, and now we're currently at the riverside by the Tano River, assessing the integrity of the banks. We have seen that the integrity is already compromised. It's easy. Any further rain will cause another flooding, as we can see at the Tano River currently. What EPA want to do is not just to dredge to allow the flow of the Tano River, because we see it blocked at different.
Still to come, Agenda 111 hospital project at Adansia Sokwa under siege as illegal miners excavate large tracts of lands behind the abandoned health facility in search for gold.
Yawa Adansia Sokwa ni hospital kesiye biya. Yankwadan shalia sese Agenda 111 emaso dia ba ye gadam say.
Amanofo na fa mantem ha se de omo pe no omo ye. Galamse etwa ye ho asia yensu eda ha nyina asai.
And later, as we mark both Republic Day and International Reggae Day, we hear from the man, Stone Boy, on the suffering of the masses as floods devastates the capital. More after this break.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white where it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to the Midday News. We've now been joined by the Director of Man-Made Disasters at NADMO Headquarters, Maxwell Emmanuel. Welcome to the Midday News. Many flood victims say they've not received food, drinking water or other relief items. Why is aid taking so long to reach affected communities? So, Emmanuel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Welcome to the Midday News. I'm asking whether what is taking, or why is it that you are taking so long to reach affected communities with relief items?
To be able to, I'm hearing myself from your ground. So if you could correct that for me, it's irritating.
We work on that as you speak. Kindly go on for me.
All right. So what we are doing currently is that we are organizing, and currently we are receiving items from people, and we are making distributions to the people. We are also on the grounds to clear the debris and all blocks, clear all buildings on waterways. As I speak to you, we are on our way to Amasamai. And so we think that media houses like you should be able to come on board, support and mobilize the people to get us some support from them, at least to be able to give them a hot meal within this time of the day.
What sort of support do you need?
If people can give us cooked meals, for now people cannot even cook. Any kind of support that you can have, cash, relief support, any item that you can get to support us, that would be very good.
Is that to say you are not resourced enough?
We are, but this is it's a citizens' problem. We are all involved. And I think that our citizens, it's good that you come to support people when they are in distress, isn't it?
Right. So aside from Amasaman, which other communities are you visiting today?
We actually have a team that is all over the country. We are together with the Army, Ghana Army, the security forces, police, fire service, immigration, customs. We are all together and we are out.
Do you know the number of people you are dealing with in terms of the people who need relief items?
Currently, we are over 7,000 plus, and we are still recording figures from them, and our people are still working on it. We have 7,000 households, and you can take an average of a household about 5.
We are grateful for your time. Director in charge of Man-Made Disasters at NADMO, Maxwell Emmanuel. Let's bring you to other stories. Well, as Ghana marks Republic Day in the shadow of devastating floods, Stone Boys Harango gives a voice to citizens facing hardship in their own republic. 2 days after the floods, many families are still clearing mud from their homes, counting their losses and waiting for support. On International Reggae Day, the song reminds us that a republic must not only celebrate its history, it must also respond when its people are suffering.
Making our motherland a better place to live. Tell me where we gonna run go. When them say we have to pay for the oxygen we breathe. Answer me now, Mr. Big Man. You know to say everybody want to go and go off for it. A simple life. It's all we want to live. Give me food, give me clothes, give me love, and give me shelter.
And that's how we end the Midday News. We apologize we're unable to bring you the story about the Agenda 111 Hospital, a project at Adansi Asokwa, and the inflation story. Please catch them on myjoyonline.com. My name is Gemma Apia. Pastor Mensa Otabil continues with Living Word.